Dark Bleatings, one and all. Kale, how are you doing?
I've been sedated and I'm doing okay now.
Listen, it's okay to get irrationally angry about some things. I mean, it's okay. We can just stay nice and chill about these things. I mean, I sometimes get slightly angry about some things, but I tend to keep genuinely calm. Like, you know, that time when I was really, really wound up about the Final Fantasy VII Remake when that came out. But look at me now. I can talk about it, you know, without mentioning, you know, all the padding and the, you know, just the excessive filler and, you know, the retconning and, you know, the plot that kind of involves time travel and kind of makes it a sequel but doesn't. You know, that's, like, it doesn't bother me anymore.
Those are some valid criticisms. Just for context, in case you missed the last episode, I'm still tired because we carried on straight away recording, but Alien Covenant came up and I may have got a little bit upset. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, so do you think it has... So, I played the demo and I was very impressed.
Yeah,
because it seemed exactly like the original game but with better graphics, and
yeah.
So I was excited.
I was never... I understand the camp who were like, just make it turn-based like the original and don't try and make it action-y, and
that's what I hoped.
People were worried it was going to be like play itself and... And I wasn't too worried about that stuff. I took to the new combat system and I actually quite liked it.
Okay.
The combat system was not a bother for me.
So what was a bother for you?
Everything else.
Go on. Go on.
Okay, that demo was the greatest thing ever. That first chapter is amazing.
Yeah.
Alright, spoilers for the FF7 remake. I will put this in the title, I guess. Vortex level 2, we're good to go. Okay, there's so many things. I don't even know where to start. I feel like I want to do a video on this. Like a whole video, because I need to take it in order, because like I was getting outraged by certain things, and like as I was getting more and more mad about a thing, something else would happen, and then I would no longer be focused on the thing that I was mad about the whole time, because now there was something even worse. For me, I was really starting to get annoyed with the amount of padding. It felt like they promised us, oh, we're going to expand Midgar and make it huge, and it's going to fill a whole game. And I need to go back one more. I didn't like they called it Remake, not Remake Part 1. Because there were people up until release day, they were arguing with me online, saying, no, it's obviously the whole game. And I was like, no, it's not. Look at anything about this game. It's just going to be Midgar. And so, yeah, that was my first thing. I felt like it was a bit of false advertising. I'm really dodging these bloody things.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well, considering I'm
in the zone.
You're about to go into a rage.
Yeah, going into a rage. So that was like my first, before I'd even got it. But then I played the demo, and I was like, this is fantastic. And like for a lot of that game, when for the first 30% or so, I was like, this is the best Final Fantasy of all. So like, I'm mad because the amount of disappointment was huge, because there was so much potential in it.
It was so long anticipated as well.
Yeah. So like, when I say padding, I mean like they didn't really add a whole lot of substantial stuff to it. Midgar is about 5 hours worth of content in the original game. They've turned it to about 30 hours of content. They haven't actually added anything. They just... Okay, you go through an area under the Sector 4 slums, right? And you go through one screen. You know those pre-rendered backdrops, those screens? One screen where you go under the plate, and then you go, like, somewhere else, right? Well, that one screen under the plate has been turned into a 2-hour-long fucking section of mini-games where you're trying to move platforms around to turn on some fucking light bulbs. And it's like, this isn't what I want to do. I just want to bomb the reactor, for fuck's sake. I don't want it. Like, and then the same thing happened Sector 5, you know, when you go in between Sector 5 and 6, and there's that, like, the ruined bit, and there's, like, this one, in the original game, there's, like, a hand crane that's, like, ruined, wrecked on the side, just a random detail in the backdrop of the scenery. What should we do with that? Turn that into an hour-long fucking section of hand crane puzzles. Like, I don't want to do I didn't find that fun.
Okay.
I didn't find it fun at all.
Can I ask you this? I don't
And then
want
the sewer section. The sewer set, like, 2 screens. That was 2 screens. It was like maybe 1 or 2 random battles, and you'd get through it, and then you'd be in the train graveyard. And then the train graveyard, 2 random bosses, and a whole side quest in a moment of the story where Shinra are literally about to bomb the Sector 7 plate, and we're, like, pissing around in a train graveyard trying to find the ghost of a kid, and it's like, there's going to be a fucking shitload of ghosts of kids if you don't hurry up, because Shinra's about to bomb the plate. So get a move on. 2 bosses and a side quest later, and then finally we're in Sector 7. But no, we can't actually get up to the plate yet, because we gotta get through the wall of fake ghosts that have stopped you from moving forward for no reason. Why? It doesn't even make sense within this plot, because they tell you that the fake ghosts are trying to basically preserve the original timeline of the game. Well, in the original game, we got to the plate, so why are they trying to stop us? It doesn't make sense. Sorry, I stopped.
well, I don't
Sorry,
want...
you had a question there. I needed to get through a couple of those points in that order so you could see where my brain was at when I was playing that game.
Well, I don't want to antagonize you more, but what about looking for cats?
I mean, in the I was annoyed when that was happening, but in the grand scheme of things, that actually didn't take up all that much time. And it at least was, like, admitting that it was shit filler, so I could, like, at least tolerate that. But okay, so that's like my problem with, like, the filler and the expansion of stuff that isn't really expansion, it's just padding.
But wait,
then,
there's more.
But wait, there's more. There's, like, 2 other major things on this, and I hang on, how many? We're only 7 minutes in, we're good. We can still have half an episode where I'm not talking about this crap. This is the most worthless mission in the entire game, mind, so don't worry, we're not missing much here. Please give me an S rank. There we go, at least I've got something good today. Okay, the second major gripe is Sephiroth, okay? Sephiroth is the coolest villain, not because of what he does, but because of what you don't directly see him do. Because if for the majority of that game, of the original game, mind you, you don't actually see him. You are chasing behind him, and you don't actually catch up to him for a very long time. You
like
hear
Negan.
about him, you see his sword in the president, you see the evidence he's been there, but you don't actually see him.
Like Negan.
Yeah, and it builds intrigue as you're going, and it's fantastic. You know, you the first time you really see him is in the flashback when he's still good, and you get to play as him, and you see how strong he is through gameplay, right? And then, but all you know is that Cloud's terrified of him, but you don't really know why. And I'm getting hit with this. This mission is also long and boring, so this is the perfect time to rant. But what happens in the first hour of the remake? Cloud just turns the corner and Sephiroth's right there, and he starts monologuing about absolute nonsense that doesn't make any sense, like some Kingdom Hearts shit, and it's like, that's not intriguing, or fun, or cool, or threatening.
Ruined the mystique of your main villain there.
Completely ruined the mystique of the villain by having, like, and that's not the only time. Like, he keeps showing up. That chapter 2, he shows up like 4 times or something, and just says shit. And I'll stop the rant there. You get the point. And the last thing, and this goes into towards the ending, and I'll try and keep this brief. Ooh, nice big there.
It's been out long enough, and most people know Final Fantasy. Like, go on.
It's basically a sequel. It's people are saying, well, okay. From my understanding, Sephiroth isn't like a present-day Sephiroth. He's the Sephiroth from Advent Children who knows how it ends, and so he's trying to stop it ending the same way. Right? He has knowledge of what happens in the future. And by the end of the game, the characters do as well. They see the ending of the original game. And then, do you know what they say when they see the original ending of the game? Where they won? Do you know what they say?
Go on.
They say, this is what's in store for us if we don't succeed here. And then they proceed to destroy fate so that they can choose their own destiny. Why? They won. They won? Why did they want to change it?
Because of
Sephiroth wants to change it. I get that. He gets fucking killed.
Because of Eris?
Right, okay. This is how I've described it to other people. This will be my last word on it.
I agree with you, by the way, but I'm just devil's advocate here, because...
No. Okay, let's imagine they remake Lord of the Rings.
Oh, God.
Okay? But the only difference is that Sauron in this remake of Lord of the Rings knows the ending and knows that Frodo's the one that gets him. Right? So he appears to Frodo as an apparition during Bilbo's birthday party.
Yes.
And starts monologuing some Kingdom Hearts shit at him. And he keeps appearing. And then the four hobbits get together and they run away from the ring race and they get to the Brandywine Bridge, and then Sauron appears and they have to fight him. But before that, they have to fight the Fate Ghosts, and they see the ending of the original Lord of the Rings and they go, do you know what? You know this ending where we win? We don't want that because Boromir died. So they kill the Fate Ghosts, and then they fight Sauron, and that's where we're at. Like, that's literally what it is. Like, this is the ultimate in you had one job, Tetsuya Nomura. All you had to do was just tell the same awesome story again. But no, he thought, I can do it better. Let's stop Eris from dying, which is what I 100% believe they're doing. I think that's the whole point of any of this, is to save Eris. Which, that kind of undermines the point of the whole story, but okay. Whatever, have your fanfic. I don't want to buy part 2. I'm out. I'm not doing it anymore. So, okay, that's it. That took me 12 minutes. That's actually, I'm actually not too unhappy with that. I managed to get through it. Those are my 3 major gripes. It's the padding, the mishandling of Sephiroth, and just the changes to the entire story.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that they've done part 1 sort of in keeping with the original, and now they're going to just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be the Final Fantasy that we know and love and wanted. I'm out. Maybe they'll be good games.
The thing that bothers me about it is that the reason Eris dies and the fact that life and death is such a integral part of that story is that during the development of FF6, I can't remember which direct. I think it was it Hironobu Sakaguchi? I can Google this after. His mother died during the making of FF6. So when they came to write the story for FF7, they made the death of a main character and the characters dealing with that loss a main theme because of that. So to remove it, because wouldn't it be cool if Eris survived though?
Oh no, do you know what I think they might do?
What?
Obviously, because Eris is taken out of the picture, that leaves like Cloud open for Tifa. I'm wondering if they're gonna do some crappy love triangle thing. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think I've just wasted my trip through here because I lowered this and I wasn't supposed to.
Your
I'm gonna jump down here and see
your
if
mind
I can
was
still do it.
elsewhere.
My mind really was elsewhere. Let's see if I can still get this blue orb. Yes, I can. We're fine.
So, in the last video, I lost my mind over Alien Covenant because it was, the newest in the Alien franchise, and Alien is my favourite, and I love it. And Mikey just lost his mind for 12 minutes over the Final Fantasy VII Remake because...
we picked the best missions in the game to do it. The game kind of lulls in the middle here. I'm not a fan of these ones.
For anyone wondering why we are like this...
Why are we like this?
I think it's because these are like beloved things to us. So...
I would hold your thought, but I would just like to very quickly say, if you really like the FF7 remake and you don't mind any of those changes, power to you. I don't want to stop you enjoying it, because honestly, that like when I was playing it moment to moment, apart from like the fillery stuff, it was a fantastic game. I can't knock that. It is a good game, and that's why I'm so frustrated with it.
Yeah, I made a comment that we can't be friends or something if you like Alien Covenant in the last video, but I didn't mean it. But I think if you're not like attached to the original film or game like we are, like these new ones are probably good. Or maybe they are. I don't know. I really don't know, because I can't view it through the lens of going into something new when it's something that I know so well. But I was just gonna say that the rest of the Final Fantasy VII Remake game parts might be really good, but the reason I'm tapping out is because I am very attached to the original story.
Well, yeah,
and
I don't feel like it's a remake.
Yeah,
and
well, it's more like it's like a parallel universe one now, and
kind of.
The thing about it for me is I very deeply care way too much about the things that I love, like the films and books and games that I love, and a lot of the franchises that are like super beloved to me have overall been weakened by newer editions, and Star Wars is an example of that for me. Again, if you like the new ones, I'm happy for you. I wish I wasn't like this, but I love the original trilogy so much. And I think that Luke Skywalker is the best protagonist that's ever been put to film in the originals. And then the prequels, I mean, I'm not going to start in on about them. Like, if you want to see a full breakdown of why the prequels don't measure up, just watch the Red Letter Media Mr. Plinkett videos. There's no point in any other YouTuber ever talking about the prequels when that exists. It's been done. In minute detail, I might add. And then, so I just thought, like, the prequels just weren't good, but they didn't necessarily ruin anything. But the sequels, for me, like, destroyed the franchise. Like, destroyed Luke Skywalker, ruined the Jedi. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, they're really incoherent. You can tell that different people were brought on at different points, that the vision wasn't carried through. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to get upset again today. But
we can't have 3 back-to-back rants. So should we get Game of Thrones season 8
oh
down there as well?
No! Why have you brought that up? No, I don't think we've got time.
No, we don't.
We don't have time today.
Here we go. This is our final fight with Griffin. Let's have a breathe.
Let's just
kill this guy.
Right, where are we in Devil May Cry anyway?
So this game split into 3 acts essentially. It was the castle at the beginning. This is the gardens. We're now doing the final fight of the gardens. This is the 3rd fight with Griffin. He's the antagonist of the gardens section. So we're doing a nice Colosseum fight with Griffin. Why are we in this room?
Stylish.
Don't know, because Dante has an inkling that there's a key item in here to get back into the castle that we left earlier. I don't get why we came out here at all, really. It's just a stage in a video game. Why did we come out here? Oh, it's because the Staff of Hermes. That's what we get.
I lost track of what was going on in the gameplay a full video back when I started
I don't blame you. We had bigger fish to fry. Oh no. We do have Jesus. Oh my God, I can't believe I got through all this.
So, can I just say quickly, if you're watching this video or listening to it as you do some housework, for example, thank you. Can you, do you have a franchise or like a film or a book or whatever, a game that you loved as a kid and then new stuff has been added and now you, like, it's overall sort of ruined?
Sorry, I'm getting absolutely ragdolled by this guy.
Yeah, I'd love to know because I have a few where...
Here we go. Yeah, there are a few franchises.
The Walking Dead has gone quite off the rails to me, and people who've known me for a long time know I'm a die-hard bird crusher. A die-hard Walking Dead fan. I wrote my dissertation on it for my degree.
Here you go. Definitely the powers of Sparta. Even more so. But I cannot let you live. I serve my master Mundus.
You can't fight with that wound.
Mighty is the
That
power
wound, your
of
entire torso is crushed.
Master, grant me one last surge of power. The power to finish him.
He has a graboidy mouth.
He's got like 4 heads.
Master Mundus.
Actually, it's more like 10.
Can I say something?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna say something.
These videos are about me.
As gods go, like, he asked for something,
Yeah.
and it's been granted immediately. Now, I don't want to get, religious here, but I'm just saying.
It was not granted. He said no. He
Oh.
blew him up.
Yeah, but can I just say this, though?
He appeared.
That god appeared definitely exists.
Yeah, he cackled as he's go.
Others
So-
are so elusive.
Oh my goodness. This is the most words that Dante speaks in a cutscene in this. Although none of them are the golden words for later.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Mundus. His heinous ways make me sick, killing even his own, like they were nothing. He's the one that took the life of my mother, my brother, Shirley. My mother used to always tell
We were
me
just
that
doing
my father
impressions of
was
Trish.
Staring with our mouth open and
He had
eyes wide.
courage and a righteous heart. In the name of my father,
He's
I
doing
will kill
that
Mundus.
thing where he turns away to talk.
Yeah. I have an unpopular opinion.
Go on.
I really like this version of Dante. Like, voice-wise.
Okay.
I like... Okay, you didn't play Devil May Cry after this one, but Dante basically becomes woohoo pizza.
Oh no.
And it's good. And Devil May Cry 5 is much, but he's much more mellow in 5 and kind of goes towards this kind of performance, but it's still very Ruben Langdon. But I like the he balances cocky and serious in this one quite well. And I just let it go. Just let it go. Farewell.